And there we go. And we're back and we're recording and we're in the Facebook group. So basically, I'm going to start this off and just say good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. We're glad you're here this morning. Today is day 2 of our challenge. I am super stoked and excited to get into this one. The more I start working on the days out here, the more excited I get. I met with Delmicia yesterday, and we are going to be working on some videos for the webinars. Really need those of you that want to send them out. Turn your camera on your computer or your phone, get you a selfie stick, have someone hold it, do a 60 to 90 second introduction of yourself, basically who you are, how you came to be in this business, what you love to do, what you've accomplished in this business so far, and every one of you has accomplished something. And I'll share with you some things I wrote down in leadership back in January from Mr. Bradley. I'll try to share that if we have time today. If not, we'll do it tomorrow. But every one of you have accomplished something in this business, and then what you want to accomplish. We can then take that video and we can turn it into bits and pieces and move people around. So work on the presentation, master the travel side of it. If you want to do the presentation, I thoroughly recommend everybody here do that. Then work on the comp side. Get with me. We'll role play with you. We're here to help. That's my job. That's my goal. Any other questions? I know Barb's got some. Ashley, yours, and that was a great question. So yeah, it's just your body trying to keep you from doing what you need to. And I laugh. I'm normally up at 4:45 in the morning. I made a commitment back in December, around December about 20th, on some things we were going to do, Amanda and I woke up this morning at 7:10. That's 2 hours sleeping in.
See, I'm not the only one sleeping in then, because that's my problem too.
It's what the body does to try to keep you in conformity to what you want or what you've been doing in the past. So you have to physically change that and say, no, this is what I want, and then do it. And it really does work, believe it or not. How do I know that? I'm sitting in front of you today at 220 pounds. None of you, other than Miss Amanda, know that about 35 years ago, I was at 375 pounds. So when you see some of this sagging skin on my chin, and it's not just from old age. I basically woke up in the emergency room where I worked, and I guess it was probably closer to about 40 years ago, when I was still working in emergency medicine in a hospital, where I had passed out coming down the stairs from taking a patient to the heart cath lab. I actually helped start a trauma ambulance service in Oklahoma City at one of the hospitals. Woke up, they took me to the heart doctor that was in the building behind the ER, who told me, Butch, if you want to live to be 30, you need to lose 150 pounds and get rid of stress. I started with a nutritionalist, and I lost 100, almost 200 pounds total, just with diet. Some exercise, but I was fairly active during the day at that time, but mainly diet. I got rid of the stress 7 years later when I got my divorce. And that was a joke, but not so much. But I tell people that because it took a huge change in my life. Today, you can ask Miss Amanda, I meal prep. Barb's been to my house. I probably don't use 5 pounds of sugar a year to cook with. I use minute pinches of salt to cook with. I cook probably 90% greens, 10% protein. Every meal, nobody knows it. I don't talk about it. I don't share it, but I changed my body. Today, I'll get up to 235, 240, and it's like, oh man, I feel horrible. Got to get that weight off. So we go back to eating. Yeah, I got rid of the stress when I met Amanda. You're right, Michelle. That don't give her the big head. Yeah, no, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to my life. Still trying to figure out how that happened. But here's the big thing, guys. We're changing a business. We're involved in a business. We're in, and I don't like the word business. And something came to me this morning while I was working on Friday's information. We have our own company. We own a company. Talking about what product do we sell? We sell the product of travel. How many products do we sell through travel? Thousands. But we have a company that provides that to people. So you're going to start hearing me change that word business to company. What do you want your company to look like? We're not giving anybody the business. When people hear that, they immediately kind of throw up their arms, cross their arms, get into that negative body style, I guess would be the position. So we need to invite people to our company. And how are you going to do that? We're going to use the skills that we're going to learn together and put in place together. And when I share with you what I'm talking about and show you what they've done for my reach, then you'll understand why I'm so excited. So today is day 2. Today, we're going to be talking about commenting, and content creation. You have my writing skills. What am I talking about? Well, it's pretty simple. I'm going to share my screen, and I did this post this morning to give you an idea of how to do a post about success, about having your own company, about being activity. And this information, when I saw this, because Frazier actually posted this, and I took it from his post, but it's a statement that Jim Rohn made 40 years ago. If you take 100 people at the start of their working careers and follow them for the next 40 years until they reach retirement, here's what you'll find. Only 1 will be wealthy. 4 will be financially secure. That means being able to do what they want, when they want, the way they want. 5 will continue working, not because they want to, but they have to. 31 will no longer be with us. And 59 will be broken, dependent on friends, family, relatives, and the government to take care of them. About that time, most people will say, well, but Social Security, I earned I paid into Social Security. I earned that. That should be paying me back. Well, in order to understand Social Security, it was started back in the mid-30s as a safety net for people who, through no fault of their own, suffered a catastrophic loss. And it was in place to allow them to be able to get back on their feet and not end up homeless, penniless, starving on the streets, all of that. So that's what Social Security was all about. It was not and is not retirement. In order to retire on $50,000 a year today with invested funds, $5 million will give you on average a $50,000 a year income. Think about that. So we started this 90-day challenge to teach you how to be in that top 5%. This course is not just for network marketers. So you can put people that are car salesmen, realtors, insurance sales, and anyone wanting to grow their company on social media. Now, you no longer want to put a link or mention bio in your caption on a post. Facebook kills the sharing of that post because they know you're trying to take people away from Facebook, thus you're not helping them build their platform. So now you want to put the action in a comment underneath. And this is a placeholder right now. I just did it for this class. I'll be updating this link today. But here's the great thing. When I come into this and I click over here on, let me get back to here so I can do this professional dashboard. Here is my profile overview for the last 28 days. Now, when I started this, that 3x30 challenge, my reach was 2. My post engagement averaged 1. And I hadn't gotten a new follower in quite a while. You're seeing the numbers now. I reached 1,143 people in the last 28 days. I've had 593 people engage on posts. 3 of them were new followers. What's my goal? To have that post reach in the 10,000 range, 20,000 range. My post engagement in the 3,000 to 5,000 range, and getting a minimum of 500 new followers a month. That's my goal. How am I going to do it? By making sure that I'm giving people, number one, value. I'm giving them something valuable. So when I'm doing that, it now makes it to where they understand what I'm doing. So how do I get my engagement up? We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it last month in the 3x30 challenge. We're going to talk about it more and more and more today. Now, yesterday, actually, to answer your question, the activity was real simple. Get your tracking system in place. You can use the Facebook trackers, the post trackers, the find ad message trackers, all of those that I have, and I'll try to get the core activities in place. I totally forgot it yesterday, guys. I have to apologize. The brain was about 100% fog. Today, it's only about 50%. The pressure's down, down to 0.2, which is still high, but it better than 0.5. So let's talk about real quick what we're going to do with commenting and creating content. Now, yesterday, Ashley, you asked, I think it was Ashley, it may have been Angie, that said, what groups have you joined? Because starting today, you want to start looking and finding Facebook groups, and you want to join 10 to 20 new groups this week, ASAP, as soon as you can. Why? Because it's the simplest place to go in and find people all in one place and comment on their posts. Now, we're going to give you some steps when you do that of how to build that out. All right, we're going to give you some ways to make sure that you understand what you're doing. Now, and for those that are watching or may be coming back in and watching on the replay, keep up. Don't fret not being live. If you miss a live, that's cool. Just catch up. Watch it that evening. Watch it the next morning early, whatever. Okay, you don't want to get behind. You get behind, then just start going day to day behind us. Start running behind us. The purpose of this, the reason why I'm putting this into is so that we can bring people in and do this challenge constantly. It can be running constantly. People can be at different levels in here. Excuse me. So that's the big thing, is you want to make sure that you're still committed to finishing, but committing to do the dares and the activities every day. Okay. Now, basically the basics. This is warm-up week. We'll get into content creation on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything in week 2, week 3, week 4. So we're going to be building on these. I think it's week 3, we'll go real deep with TikTok. So we'll continue to build out our stories, our reels. The biggest thing you've got to realize here is we don't go from 1,100 engagement to 10,000 in a week. It may take 90 days. It may take 6 months. But the thing that we want to get in the habit of doing is taking 5 to 10 minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day, and going in and commenting on groups. Set a timer. That way you know exactly what's going on. Set a timer. You know what's up that way. So start your comments, do your replies to comments and messages. Now, listen to what I'm fixing to tell you. When you're doing that 10 minutes and somebody sends you a message that says, I want to sign up, you don't respond to that message in that 10 minutes, that 15 minutes, whatever you've set aside. So when you put that 5 to 10 minutes out here, that's it. That's it. That's all you're doing. That's it. You've got to train yourself. We had talked about that earlier, Ashley, about new training, new things going on. Okay. You've got to train yourself to basically fall in love with doing this. Okay. You've got to say that this is the most important thing that I'm doing today to build my business 3 to 5 years from now. I am building the brick and mortars. I'm laying the foundation. I am doing everything I need to do to have my company succeed to be in that 5%. So what we're doing, put it on your phone, set a timer. Okay. If a team member, if a sideline member, your upline call you in that 10 or 15 minutes, no, They send you a message. No, we are focusing on commenting and training ourselves to get really, really, really good at one thing at a time. Get really good on that commenting, nothing else. Then reply to your messages, then reply to that person that wants more information to join up. And the reason why I say take 5 to 10 minutes, I don't care how busy you are, you can find 5 minutes. You can find 10 minutes. Comment on Facebook groups, go into Instagram, comment, Instagram pages. Now, as we go forward, I'm going to show you what I mean about commenting on different platforms and different places. We'll talk about Facebook groups and why. I'll show you some of the new groups I just recently joined. I guarantee you, I'll bet I'm the only one here that has something in common with most of those groups. So, but that's what I want to do, is find those 10 to 20 groups that I am going to be able to carry on conversations with, that I'm going to be able to go into those groups and say, what's up? So let's go back over here. I'm going to hit my notifications. And here's Scuba Diving Daily. Okay. Anybody else on here a scuba diver? Okay. Now, guys, right at the moment, I'm minimized so I can't see you. So either put it in the chat or these groups. If you go to my Facebook page and scroll through my photos, you'll find diving pictures. I love to dive. It's a great amount of fun. Then I went into groups over the last couple of days. Welcome, worldwide travelers, bloggers. I joined World Traveling Group. I joined probably 10 new public travel groups.
Did he just freeze?
I was gonna ask the same thing. Either that or my screen is frozen too.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm like, Butch isn't usually quiet for that long.
Frozen on mine too. Who was it that it has motorcycle groups?
That's me, Michelle.
Michelle, I am as well. I'm a long range rider on a
cool.
Can-Am Spider F3. What do you ride?
I have an old shovelhead, and then my husband has a brand new Indian Thief.
Ooh.
Well, was brand new. Now it's
get together and talk about riding.
Where are you?
I'm in east of Birmingham. But I'm long range rider and I ride you around.
Oh, that's great. That's part of the reason we moved to New Mexico, was because we could ride year round. So I had a really bad
I may be coming your way soon. So
well, cool. We'll have to get together then.
Yep.
I had an accident this spring, and so my bike is still getting fixed, but so I haven't ridden in a while, and I'm getting a little fancy.
My main happy place.
Yep. So we did go on a trip this summer. No, last summer. It was 5,300 miles. And so we
Yeah.
were all excited. So that was just a blast. So
I think Butch is back. Maybe.
Hi, Butch. Hopefully.
I think somebody didn't like me because my internet provider blocked this Zoom window.
Oh,
So I was saying something somebody didn't like, but that's okay. So
we
I'm not
waited
sure.
for you.
I'm not sure. I think we were talking about the bikes when we left. So, okay, good. It's
So, sorry, real quick. So just as far as groups that we want to join, obviously I'm part of like the homeschooling groups and the mom groups and stuff, but you just join other groups about stuff that you love.
yep, that's it. If you love dogs, if you've got a husky,
I just joined a husky lovers group.
yeah, that's it. You know, anything that you can carry on a conversation about. The problem with me going back and joining motorcycle groups, and both of the two ladies I was talking about earlier will I bet you confirm this. I'm an ex-rider. They don't like talking to people that are ex-riders. They want to talk to people who are riders like them.
Yeah.
Okay. I laid a bike down 3 times over 30 years. Michelle has accomplished that fact, that feat. I think she's one ahead of me. Mine weren't near as graphic as some of hers.
That was only the first one.
Yeah, I fell in my house and broke my leg in 8 places, falling down some stairs after everything I've done in my lifetime. When I woke up, the doctor said, Butch, you don't ride a motorcycle no more. You don't play golf anymore, and you don't run anymore if you want to keep your leg. Okay, I understand that because the option to fix it is a new one. Kind of partial to this one. So I'm not going to fit into those groups because people are going to say, well, where'd you ride to last? Well, from my house to my grocery store back in 98. It's not going to go over well, is it, Michelle?
Nope.
The next thing they're going to tell me is where you can ride a trike. They're right. I could ride a trike. But there's no metal to protect the leg on a trike. So it's not the fact of not riding a bike, it's the fact of having all the protection I can. So that's when I'm talking about groups, that's what you want to go into. You want to make sure it's things you can carry on a conversation about, because if you try to fake it, you won't make it.
Mhm.
They will call you out in a heartbeat. But if you can carry on a conversation with them, then you can add them, message them, move them from strangers to friends, and you're moving ahead with where you want to be. So the next thing, okay, getting good at doing that one thing at a time that you want to do. So that's the big thing right off the bat that you want to do. You want to track your analytics. You want to track what's going on. Now, when you go into these groups, and you can go into positive attitude groups like Tony Robbins, Eric Worre, Fraser. I wouldn't so much Fraser because everybody in there knows what you're doing. Okay. But other groups, Dean, Ray, any of them, don't go in there and try to poach people out right off the bat. Nobody likes a poacher. The admin's going to kick you out. They're going to tell everybody that's what you're in there, trying to get people to quit doing what they're doing there and come over to you. Don't do it. Okay. If you're in travel, go to cruisers. What kind of travel? Actually, you love Disney. Walt Disney World for grown-ups. But don't go in there.
I'm in like 10 different Disney groups.
Yep. And don't be in there as an expert, be in there as a beginner and learner.
Yeah. I want to do like Universal too.
Yep. So there you go. Be stupid. I used to tell new salespeople when I was training them, don't get smart. Because when you get smart, you quit selling. Okay, let people tell you what you should be doing. So that's where you want. The second thing, again, what you're interested in. Okay, if you're a mom, if you're whatever, I'm not going to go through all of those. Okay, you want to find groups that you can learn from and give value to. Don't overcomplicate it. Be able to give people and carry on conversations in those groups. Give value to the groups. You're going to have people in those groups that's going to hate on you for whatever reason. They're just going to do it. Some people think they know everything. Now, here's one of the biggest things, and it's algorithm, but it's not algorithm. It has to do with reach. How many of you like a post on Facebook or Instagram? Just go in and click the like button. Don't do that no more. Facebook downplays you. Hit the love button. The reason why, hit the heart. Facebook says they took that extra second to take that extra step, so they are purposely stepping out and doing more to get there. Makes sense. So that, or yeah, like Amanda just said, that or the wow button. It takes a split second more. So the comments need to be positive. Okay. There's when you're doing comments, this is a biggie. EVO. The E stands for encouragement. The V.
Value.
Well, I just went through and lost my notes. So the V is value. So you want to make sure that if somebody says, I just stopped smoking, today is week 7. Awesome. Sounds great. You know, success. If I can ever help you, that's where we're at. So when you're encouraging people and you offer to help them, you're giving value, right? If you can teach people about how to prepare to go on a cruise, you can do that. You're in a positive attitude place. Somebody talking about they're trying to learn skills. Have you read the GoPro book, The 7 Skills of Sales? So pretty soon people are going to start saying, hey, she has great value. She adds to the conversation. I'm curious what she has to say. Now, this next one, I'm going to use the same example that Fraser used because guys don't really do this a whole lot. But let's say that you just bought a new dress or you want to buy a new dress and you're not sure what you want to buy. So you go put on a red dress and you come in and take a picture of yourself. Then you go put on a black dress and you post on that. Guys, which one do I look slimmer in? The question that men hate answering. Which one looks better on me? I ain't touching that one. Okay, as a man. But you guys have an opinion on that, don't you? You have an opinion on which one looks better. But
So do
here
you, you just won't admit it.
you got that right. I like my life. But here's how you share your opinion that becomes value. Okay, here's the big one. Those both look great on you. I kind of like the black one better, but you know, I think you would really look great in a dark green dress. What did I just do? I wasn't afraid. to give an opinion. You may get a ton of hate. Oh no, green never work on. Doesn't make your opinion any less valuable. All it does is lets people know that you're not afraid to say, hey, there might be another option. It makes you stand out. And when you stand out, people come to you. And that's the whole idea of creating content, is to stand out, is to get people coming to you. So the thing you got to be careful on, though, when you're creating content, commenting, 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, 30 minutes creating content, going in. It's not spending 12 hours commenting on groups and sharing your love everywhere with everybody, and waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you haven't done anything and telling yourself, oh, look at all the content, all the comments I did. Probably not going to be super productive. Because pretty soon, it doesn't become content, it becomes spam. So don't overdo, don't try to do more because it's working. Do more as you increment, but increase your value, increase how you stand out. So use the encouragement, add value, and don't be afraid to share your opinion. You know, when you get 3,000 to 5,000 followers, you're not going to be able to talk to every one of them every day. And when you get 3,000 to 5,000 followers, your aim, your goal changes, and you turn them into raving fans. One raving fan is worth 1,000 followers. What's a raving fan? That's the person that you're talking to that says, oh my God, have you tried that new Chinese restaurant? Have you? Oh my God, it was just amazing. And they're going to tell every one of their friends about that Chinese restaurant. Now, is that Chinese restaurant going to give them a free meal when they walk through the front door? No. But they feel good about it. So if you've got one person out there saying, you know, I was in another group and I'm following Michelle or Angie or Candace, and they really, really have some great opinions and information. They really know. You ought to follow them. Huh. You never interacted with that person. Now, here's the big thing. It's not about how many followers you have. It's more how many are those raving fans. And you're going to lose followers based on what you say, don't say, disagree with, whatever. And don't be afraid of losing followers. Because if you lose 1,000 followers and gain one raving fan, you've improved your numbers. So you see how this all goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. Again, this week we're setting the platform. We're setting a baseline. We're talking about what it's going to take to get to where we want to go. In chess, sometimes you sacrifice the bishop to win the queen or a checkmate. Sometimes you have to lose to win. You don't always have to be right. And if you tried to do posts that would get 1,000 followers in the next 90 days, you can't do enough posts that'll get seen by enough people to accomplish that. You can't do it. But you can go out and do 5, 10, 15, 20 comments a day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you can get people to become big fans of yours, therefore a raving fan who will share your information with other people. And when someone else comes over to you, they already love you to start with because somebody else sent them there. So you're right in front of, at the top of their list. So you can do the same thing on Instagram. You can do the same things on TikTok, but not as much. LinkedIn. So I recommend most everyone that talks about this, Robert Benjamin, Rob Sperry, all of those talk about starting with Facebook. Why? That's where most people are. You learn to crush it on Facebook. You learn to go beast mode on Facebook. Then you can go to Instagram and build Instagram. You can still be doing posts on Instagram. We'll build that out in the beginning. But just like building, we don't frame in a house when you lay a foundation. We got to put the spine in there. We got to build the walls. Okay. An hour of your day, if you're full-time or part-time in this business, you can find 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at lunch, and 20 minutes in the evening. That's an hour a day. That's part-time. If you're full-time doing this and you're devoting an hour a day, you're probably not going to be real successful. So go find those 10 to 20 groups, then go find the 10 or 20 people that seem to be getting the most comments on their post. Just scroll through. Okay. Find your ideal team member, find where they're hanging out, find your ideal customer, understand where they're at. Okay. So you want your prospect, not a suspect, but a prospect, to be aware of who you are. You want to know who your hot prospects are. So people you've moved from freezing cold to cold, cold to warm, warm to boiling hot. Those people you want to know, because you want to engage with those people more often. Because as you engage with them, they get to know you better. And then when you ask the question, are you open? We're there. So how do we do that? Well, we comment on the Facebook group. They reply to us. We send a message in Messenger that says, hey, I really loved your comments. I've looked at your profile. I found you in this particular group, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow. And then you send them an ad request. Well, if they go look and all of a sudden you're doing all of these comments, you're not a stranger to them. And then they add you. And then you can carry on comments and conversations in Messenger. Hey, I really love that post you did. I've had a Husky for about a year now. What'd you guys do to get this, to take care of this? But here's what you want to do 90% of the time when you're making a comment. And it's very, very simple. Ask a question. Ask a question. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure you give people a reason to respond to you. If I ask Barb, how you doing today? Barb's going to give me a lot of answer. If I ask Michelle, how you doing today? I'm going to get one word. Am I wrong?
No. Just trying to be thorough.
But you see what I just did?
Yeah.
So, Michelle, I really loved that picture of your bike when you were in Arizona. What kind of bike were you riding?
Harley.
Which one?
86 shovel.
So what do you like best about a shovel? Why do you ride a shovel?
Because it's like classic and it's loud.
Well, see, I used to drive a classic. Kind of looked like the Electric Light and Blue, the movie. You remember that movie?
Yep.
Is she giving me one-word answers, or is she
Yes.
answering my questions? That's what you want to do. You want to do that in the Facebook groups. Get them to answer you. Get them to tell you what's going on. Get them to say, hey, this is good. Because an open mouth will get more engagement than a closed mouth. And I'm stating that because that's twofold. If I look at you in a picture like this, what's your response?
He's
Close.
a used car salesman.
But if I'm like this,
Success.
what's your success, excitement? What's he doing? What's going on? Right? So when I'm here, you got to be excited. And if you're not, make yourself excited. Okay. Here's the biggest thing you want to do. As you go through your list, as you go through and talking with people and engaging with people, remember to ask questions. Give value. If they ask you a question, share your opinion. People want to know what it is. If you ask someone, and if you've got 5,000 followers, friends, Ashley, Candace, I haven't looked at Lindsay's, but I bet she's got a bunch. And you ask the question, hey, Ashley, we haven't connected in 6 months, a year. I'd like to reach back out and reconnect with you. If you've never connected with them, I see we've been friends a long time and we've never connected. Wow. So what's your plans for 2024? Oh, I don't have any. Really? Did you accomplish your plans of 23? Well, no, I really didn't have any. Oh, so what would you need to do to change that and make some plans? Or they tell you the plans. Amazing. I want to quit smoking. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay, let's do that. Let's make it happen. Let me know how I can support you. Because now, are you a stranger or a friend? Do strangers support people or do friends support people?
Friends.
So when you create content, someone comments on it, answer them on the post, and then send them a message. Hey, I appreciate your comment. Thank you. I sent you a message in the messenger. Hey, I love that goal. Let me know how I can help you accomplish it. So this is what we want to do. We constantly want to be giving encouragement, building value, and getting ahead of people that and causes them to ask us questions. Now, remember doing the core activities every day, doing your comments, building out that core activity, but we're going to talk about the dare real quick. Because the dare today is to post 3 goals for the new year. That's the goal. And then how you plan on achieving that. So put your three goals, and then in the comments, answer your own question and how you're going to do that. Remember, when you're asking questions, if you ask easy questions, you get suspects. If you ask a little bit harder questions, you get prospects because they have to take more time to answer it. So you may get more engagement out of the easy questions, but you get more quality out of the harder questions. So don't be afraid of asking the harder questions. So when you do your 3 posts, don't be afraid of asking that harder question. Remember that we want to build engagement, but now we're also bringing people from strangers to friends. That's what we're wanting to accomplish. So guys, it's almost 11 o'clock. Your dare is making sure what you're going to do. And if somebody comments on and asks the question on yours, what's your 3 goals? Here's mine. What's yours? When somebody puts them on there, how are you going to achieve those goals? What can I do to help you achieve those goals? You don't say, hey, I got a company that I can get you in there and we can get you on travel and you can become a millionaire and you can do this. No. Take a breath. It's a step. We're getting there. We will get there before this is over. So remember that this whole thing is designed to help you reach more people. That's it. So I'm going to jump up here and stop the Facebook Live. Anybody has any quick questions about today's topic? Unmute, jump in there.
I do.
Go, Barb.
I don't know anybody else's goals, but you know me very well, Butch and Amanda. I am not looking for a job, but I have a tendency to adopt a job. My goal in doing this, one, I love to travel, and you know I do that extensively, whether it's on water, land, or motorcycle, whatever it is. My goal in doing this is to be able to maximize my affordability through the travel industry as a travel agent. Without intending to, I can see very easily how your goals can broaden. But my goal includes, I want to be able to pay for my monthly fees that I have, but it mushrooms very quickly, I can see, because you have family, you have friends and all this that are going to want to jump in. So given that goal, I am still going to participate in the comments and so forth. But I guess I'm expressing my concern of I want to be careful for myself that I don't suddenly at 74 years old get another job.
Well, the great thing is, Barb, you're not, because you can't put anybody to work, including yourself. Okay. But by commenting and being in those groups, what if you find 8, 10, 12 people that you can travel with on a regular basis and increase your friend
True.
reach?
True. But
That's your goal.
as you know, I dive in with full body.
Yes, you do.
And, you know, I've already gone through all the Princess and I've gone through the MSc and so forth. And I tend to get overwhelmed with information. I want to make sure that when someone does respond to me, and you know, I had a friend respond immediately.
Yeah.
I'd like to do what you're doing. Well, I don't know enough about it myself to tell you what to do, but you and Amanda are available to help along with those things.
Yep. And that's
But
the whole focus and purpose.
one of my concerns for myself is I enjoy talking to people. I'm very comfortable with finding information or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That I need to take care of myself, that I don't suddenly have
as
this huge responsibility
Sure.
that prevents me from traveling.
let me answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you 100%.
Which
Okay.
part?
All of it, because I know you. How many times did I tell you you needed to get out of some of your activities because you were putting far more into them than you were getting out of them?
exactly. But I have
And you
a
don't want to do
strong
the same,
sense of commitment.
right? You don't want to do that here as well.
Nope.
This is not about a job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first off, there are 9, there was 10 earlier. Candace was here. You plug them into this to get their questions answered. You plug them into other trainings that we have, Passport to Success, other people that are doing trainings, the leaders. There are 100 places. The notes that we had from leadership back in November. Step 1, sign up someone. Here's your responsibilities. Step 1 is you help someone sign up. Step 2, you help them get their first check or save on their first travel. It's called their belief check. Michelle went to Costa Rica. The first time I liked her trip. Let me rephrase it. The first time I loved her trip. The second time she went, I liked her trip. Because guess whose check was bigger when Michelle got back that time?
Michelle's.
I still got a check.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Okay. But so you help them get that first business partner. My goal is to help you by doing these. So you plug people into this, you plug people into the things we're doing. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd be willing to bet that there'll be a lot of people. Jenny and I know tens of thousands of people that have no desire ever to do one of these presentations on a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. To me, this didn't work.
Right.
I love doing it. I love teaching. So we help people go bronze. Michelle's bronze. Then we teach people how to do that again and go silver. Then we teach them how to do that again and go gold. That's it. When you hit the gold builder, you're getting all the income sources from this company. So you don't have to do any of it yourself. You need to go travel and have fun. That's what you need to do. That's your goal. And that's the only goal you need to have is travel and have fun.
Yeah.
Plug people in. Because you're going to come across people that are seeing you at 74 years of age, enjoying life, and they're going to want to do the same thing.
Right. Right. Well, I have people express that all the time, but
So that's it. And
Yeah.
every one of us can learn because every one of us on here have people on our team that doesn't relate to me and I can't relate to them.
mm-hmm.
Have a guy in Branson. He sells 10 grand of travel a month on average.
Wow.
Okay. I talked to him, what would you say, maybe a dozen times a year? But he's plugged into other people that can help him with the types of travel he likes. But guess what? Every time he books a trip for somebody, he gets a check. I'm
Well,
a gold builder. I get a check.
one of my biggest deficits, as you are familiar with, is technology.
Yep.
And
But you
I
did Princess and
struggle.
MSC.
Struggle.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, but I still don't, I'm still not up to the baseline of what I need to do to start getting
But we
commissions
will
and
get you
book
there.
trips. I know you will. And I apologize. I need to go. This 74-year-old body's got a doctor appointment and
Nope. Be
everything is
safe.
far away.
We'll holler at you later. We'll have all kinds of news later. So reach out and give me a shout later.
Okay, Michelle, I'll be talking to you.
Sounds good.
I'll have a good
Sounds
day now.
good.
Bye.
Anybody else? Any other questions?
Butch, I have a real basic question. How do I go back and see the replay of yesterday's?
Go into the AI Masterclass Facebook group that you're in, and
Okay.
it's in the guide.
Okay.
These are lives, and they will be in those guides. And if it's not in the guide, it'll still be live there. So
I'm getting confused with all the 3x30.
I understand.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't even know, so.
I'm trying
and
to keep
that's-
it simple and not over complicated. It all seems simple to me, but I've been doing it for 2 years. So please, if we need to schedule a once a week, 15, 20 minutes to answer questions, do that. Don't fret it, ask here. So watch it again. Let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments is good. Anybody else?
So guess what? I still did not get approved for the passport to your success travel group.
I will check that to this afternoon.
It
And
says
see
it's
what's-
making me join the group again.
I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll reach out to her and see if she's going to be around or active so she can see your notification and get you approved. So we'll do that this afternoon and I'll let you know what I find out, Ashley.
Okay.
Anybody else? Guys, I'm going to stop our recording. So if you